The architect of the Capitol has 7 jurisdictions that maintain the entire Capitol complex. The Senate has one of the largest numbers of employees out of the 7 groups. For many years, the architect of the Capitol had a difficult time with the number of injuries occurring to the employees. The safety program called JOSH, which stands for Jurisdictional Occupational Safety and Health, was in need of a change. The JOSH committee is composed of predominantly non-supervisory individuals, and they needed to step up and help. Changes were made to recognize those who were working safely, and the attitude began to dramatically get better. Not only were the awards a catalyst for change, the safety office also coordinated training, helped the JOSH with the annual safety films by using its own employees as actors. Senate AOC brought in motivational speakers and created safety fairs with many different specialized vendors who demonstrated all the latest safety products. JOSH itself conducted competitive elections for chairman, each person giving a lighthearted speech at the annual stand-down. Through all of these corrective and often fun actions, safety in JOSH became a desirable part of the Senate environment. This year's film is the 8th production created by the Senate employees. It captures views on safety from individuals from the Senate AOC trade shops. The employees in this video were selected from shops that had 3 consecutive years of no accidents. The message they give us today shows that we can all work indefinitely without injuries if we take heed to the processes described by our peers.
We pull a lot of wire, we hang some equipment up in the attic. Of course, I hang clocks, hook up TVs.
Dirksen attic air handlers and sort of pumps, motors, filters.
Cleaning and maintaining elevators and troubleshooting if they break down.
Inspections, report writing, checking on status of projects, fire alarm systems, sprinkler systems, as well as construction work from like construction division, sprinkler system projects, stuff of that nature.
There's electrical hazards, there's fall hazards if you're on a ladder, there's cleaning and maintenance. You gotta watch for moving parts when you're in the machine rooms or on top of the elevators.
Well, heights, quite naturally. Up in that attic, you get a lot of dust up there, you get heat, you get compressors that come on unexpectedly, you got sharp edges, sharp objects.
Cuts, burns, accidents, vehicle accidents, falls, trips. We wear PPE. We use traffic controllers when necessary, flaggers, signage, absorbent materials, chemical spills, oil spills, battery acid spills, vehicle traffic as far as speeding of vehicles through the garages.
We do a lot of housekeeping. The equipment is properly put away for usage when you need it. It's not, everything's not scattered all over the place.
I kind of clean up as I go. I find it makes it easier. You know, you're looking for something, you know where it's at, you don't misplace things, there's less trip hazards. I like to clean up as I go.
PPE would change constantly during the course of a day, whether it be eye protection, rubber gloves, or your shoes if you're moving heavy equipment, steel-toed shoes. You can be on a ladder, you can be underneath an elevator, and the elevators will come down, you know, while you're cleaning underneath them or something, certain ones. Electrical problems, you're subject to high voltage and moving parts. Cleaning with chemicals, got to use rubber gloves.
You may need glasses versus hard hat, safety shoes, gloves, depending on, I think, what you're working with, whether it's electrical, whether there's water involved.
It depends on what's coming in and load. It could be metal, certain precautions you take with that as far as your PPE. It could be 20-foot angle iron where you would use 3 people, one to spot as you go along. And it could be the lifting, a heavy lifting, whether you need another person to help you.
As far as elevators go, we make sure the public is safe first. There's no fall hazards or anything like that. They're not stuck in it or anything. And then make sure everything's good with the elevator. It's not going to move or anything. And then report it to our supervisors.
First, I look at it and evaluate it. If it's something easy, something small, I'll just fix it myself. If it's quite a bit of mess or whatever, I'll report it to whoever I think, whatever shop is responsible for it, and maybe call a work order in to address it. If you're still unsuccessful at resolving the issue, you can always bring it up at the Josh meeting.
I personally address it with my Josh rep and my supervisor.
Important thing is proper clothing. I can tell you that. A lot of people like dress for comfort. I dress for safety.
The working area is the office. Make sure that like drawers are pushed in, chairs aren't in the way, things protruding off the desks. I've been looking at scaffolding, like this project at the Rotunda now. Need a hard hat. You have overhead hazards, sprinklers or things projecting down from the ceiling. If we're above the ceiling, piping, framing, bricks and so forth that are above ceiling tiles.
Guys working together when it's a job that requires 2 people instead of trying to do it by yourself, you'll take precautions before you decide to do a job. It's possible that you can go without an accident.
We usually we have teams, and we're all looking out for each other, so it's less accidents.
I think it's possible, yes.
0.
No.
Shouldn't be able to have any accidents in there if you're a pilot. I mean, one accident is gonna, it's probably gonna kill you, killing all your passengers too. So.
Senate Josh has always been on the forefront of safety. Whether it was developing a program or employing an existing tried and true method, our employees have set the bar and subsequently are the most active and trained in regards to safety. Through the up-to-date training, education, employee involvement, and a constant conversation about safety, the Senate employees are a continual example and leader in safety for the entire agency. They will be for now and many years to come.